Here's something that sounds simple, but isn't. If early humans all came from Africa, why isn't everyone on Earth the same skin color today? Most people assume the answer is obvious. Humans left Africa, moved somewhere colder, and their skin just lightened over time. Before we get into what actually happened, hit subscribe to Past Point, because the real story is far stranger and far more recent than that simple explanation. Here's the obvious question. If lighter skin was such a useful adaptation outside Africa, why didn't it happen right away? Misconception. Skin color changed gradually and evenly as humans migrated. This is the version most people picture. A slow, steady fade, generation after generation, as humans spread north. But ancient DNA tells a very different story. In 2014, researchers analyzing the genome of a hunter-gatherer from Spain, nicknamed La Braña, found something startling. This individual lived roughly 8,000 years ago and had dark skin. Not slightly dark, genetically similar in skin tone to some populations in Africa today. Think about that. Humans had already been living in Europe for tens of thousands of years by that point. Here's where things get strange. If lighter skin was the obvious adaptation to lower sunlight, why hadn't it happened yet? The answer starts with a trade-off most people never think about. Darker skin, rich in a pigment called melanin, protects against damage from strong ultraviolet sunlight. Near the equator, that's essential, but melanin also blocks the skin's ability to produce vitamin D using sunlight. In regions with weaker, more limited sunlight, that protection becomes a liability instead. Think of melanin like sunglasses, perfect in bright light, a real problem indoors. So evolution had to balance two competing pressures: too much protection, and your body can't make enough vitamin D; too little, and sunlight damages you directly. That balancing act took far longer than most people assume. If you're enjoying uncovering how surprisingly recent parts of human evolution really are, subscribe to Past Point, because the next part is where this story gets genuinely bizarre. Misconception. Lighter skin evolved once, then spread. Here's the part that surprises almost everyone. Researchers have identified specific genes linked to lighter skin, like SLC24A5, first highlighted in a 2005 study led by geneticist Keith Cheng. But when scientists compared European and East Asian populations, they found something unexpected. Many of the genetic mutations behind lighter skin were completely different between the two groups. That means lighter skin didn't evolve once and spread outward. It evolved independently multiple times in different populations, using different genetic paths, arriving at a strikingly similar result. Scientists call this convergent evolution. Different starting points, similar pressures, similar outcomes. Think of it like two separate teams working on opposite sides of the planet with no communication, somehow arriving at strangely similar inventions. And this wasn't ancient history by evolutionary standards. Much of this change is estimated to have unfolded within roughly the last 8,000 to 12,000 years, a small fraction of how long modern humans have existed. Now think about what that really means. Human skin color isn't some fixed ancient marker frozen in time. It's a living record of sunlight, geography, migration, and constant biological trade-offs, still actively shaped by evolution in relatively recent history. We didn't move from one shade to another in a straight line. Different populations solved the exact same problem independently, using completely different biological solutions, and arrived in strikingly similar places. Subscribe to Past Point. There are countless ordinary things about being human hiding in extraordinary. New video every day. See you in our next video.